Start to bring your arms out to your sides, reaching down through your fingertips. Taking an inhale, reach up, get nice and tall. And then exhale, bring both arms down to your sides, turning towards the right. Just sort of if you're reaching down through the fingertips again, finding a little twist here. Inhale, slowly reach up and over, coming back to center. And then exhale, turn to the left, reach both arms down towards the side. Finding a little twist. Inhale, reach up, come back to center. And then exhale, lower the hands, lower the arms to the right side. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach up, come back to center. And then exhale, lower the arms to the left side, reaching down. Good. Inhale, reach up, but come back up to center. And then exhale, just bringing the hands down in front of you. Maybe start to walk the hands away from the body, starting to round the spine for a moment, letting the head drop. Let the head and the neck be heavy. And then inhale, start to lift the head and the chest, walking the hands back towards your body, coming back to an upright position there. Let's make our way to a tabletop. So finding tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll take a few cat-cows here. So on an inhale, start to lower the belly, lift the chin. And then exhale, start to round the spine, bringing your chin towards the chest. We'll inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin and the gaze. And then exhale as you start to round the spine, bringing your chin to the chest. One more time. Inhale, finding your cow pose. And then exhale, finding your cat pose. And then just coming back to a neutral tabletop there. Let's take an inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. So maybe start to pedal out the feet here, alternating the weight into the heels, having the fingers spread wide to help with your balance and stability there. And then coming back to some stillness in your down dog, taking an inhale, rise on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step forward to find an easy forward fold. So feel free to keep a pretty generous bend in the knees there. And then inhale to a halfway lift. So finding a spot on the legs where you can place the hands, finding some length in the spine. And then on an exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, extend a mountain. And then exhale to find a chair pose. So start to bend the knees, lowering the hips. Arms can be nice and long here, maybe hands to heart center, whatever feels best there in your body. And start to inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, reaching for the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Let's plant the hands. Step back to a plank or a modified plank with the knees on the mat there. And then on an exhale, just start to lower down all the way to the mat. Taking an inhale for a baby cobra or a cobra pose, your choice. Staying for a few breaths here. On an exhale, lowering down to the mat. Inhale, push through the hands to come to tabletop. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So feel free to take your time here through the transitions, allowing yourself to connect to your breath with the movement here. Let's inhale, rise on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step forward to find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant the hand, step just the left foot back. Lower that back knee, top of the back foot. Taking an inhale, reach up in a low lunge. And then exhale to cactus arms or goalpost arms. So just lowering the elbows, seeing if you can keep the chest nice and lifted here. Few more breaths here. Feeling nice and grounded down to that right foot. Take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down towards your mat. Tuck that back toe under, lift the back knee, and then we're going to spin the body. So we're going to be more in a Skandasana on the right side. So my left leg is long. My right heel is peeled up, so my foot is not flat there. Feel free to come to some balance, maybe hands to heart center. Coming to the Skandasana pose. Taking an inhale here. And then exhale, release the hands down towards the mat. Using your hands to sort of just push up and then leaning over towards the right side, coming to Skandasana on this side. So now my right leg is long, left knee is bent. Maybe hands to heart center here. Coming back to the breath. Taking an inhale here, and then on an exhale, just sort of windmill the body down to a low lunge on this side. So my right leg is long now. Left knee is bent. And now I'm in a low lunge on this side. Start to lean into that left hip flexor. If that's not comfortable for you today, though, feel free to lean more farther back to where the knee is more at a 90 degrees. So totally up to you, whatever you want to feel for your practice today, whatever sensations you want to welcome there. Let's take an inhale, reach up. And then exhale, find the cactus arms on this side. So just lowering the elbows, keeping the chest nice and lifted there. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release the hands down to your mat. Tuck that back toe under, lift the back knee, step the left foot back, downward facing dog. So again, feel free to keep the fingers wide, maybe even spreading the toes wide there, alternating the weight into the heels. Just sort of seeing if you can also push the mat away down through the hands, letting the spine get nice and long there. Take an inhale, rise up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step forward to find a forward fold. It's a nice, easy forward fold here. Bending the knees pretty generously on an inhale, rise all the way up, extended mountain. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose. So bending the knees, sinking the hips there. And again, maybe you bring hands to heart center, perhaps finding a bind, bringing the arms behind you, clasping the hands. Whatever feels good in your body here. So if your hands are clasped behind your back there, start to bring the arms out to hands to heart center. And then inhale, straighten the legs, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Taking an inhale to plant the hands, step back to your plank or your modified plank. On an exhale, lowering down to the mat. Let's inhale, find your back bend. So cobra, maybe the baby cobra. But keeping a bend in the elbows there. The legs are nice and heavy and long down the mat. And then on an exhale, lowering all the way down. Inhale to push the hands, coming to tabletop briefly. And then exhaling to a child's pose. So feel free to sink the hips back towards the heels, maybe even shifting side to side in the hips. Bring in some mobility there. And so maybe you start to just lower the forehead down towards the mat. And if the arms are feeling a little fussy here, maybe the arms just sort of wrap down by your sides. And so here in your child's pose, just start to notice how the breath feels along the back of the body. We won't be here too much longer. I'm just staying for a few more breaths. But just starting to bring some awareness to the breath there. And then whenever you're ready on an inhale, just coming back up to a tabletop position, and then briefly just coming onto your butt there to come to a seat. So just coming back to a seated position as we close out this practice. If you'd like to join me bringing your hands to heart center, let's take a deep inhale together. Taking an exhale through the mouth. I hope you have a peaceful day. Namaste.